it's so important to heal. And foundationally, it's critical that we understand what's going on inside of us so that we can become present on what's necessary to be done moving forward. Now, I really love and admire Joe Dispenza, and I've really tried hard to implement so many things that he's talked about and things that he teaches. When I first started listening to him, they started to like they didn't start. They just were. They felt really advanced to me, and I'm just like, how do I get this? So if you have related to this in any way, or some other guru that has talked about something profound and you're like, wow, I feel that that's really true, but like, how does it apply to me? What do I do about this? I'm going to talk about this in this video, and it's something that seems like simple, yet it's profound, and aren't most things, right? Um, and that is understanding that as we are able to see what's really going on, we can change it. It's that awareness. And something profound that I love this is that true, I'm going to call it repentance, is actually self-forgiveness. So when we haven't forgiven ourselves, in other words, that's a false belief. It's something that we've taken on and decided that is who we are, that's not authentic to our true self. And so as we really change our hearts, and I'm going to refer to our heart as being our subconscious mind and how we think and feel about who we really are, that's when changes can start to take place. But it takes awareness. That's really the first step. And then you need to start doing something about it. So in the beginning of my healing journey, as I briefly mentioned in my first video, I really I do believe in a higher power, and I just like prayed and begged. I'm like, just heal me. And the answer came, but it was, okay, go talk to so-and-so. And I was like I was kind of let down. I was like, but they're not you. Like, aren't you just gonna heal? Can't we just do this right now? Why can't we just right now? And the answer that I felt really strongly within me was like, well, if that was me, would you go to them? It's like, okay, yeah, I would. And so that's how it began, is I learned to listen to that spirit, to something bigger within me, asking questions that I didn't know the answer to, and yet I got the answer. And when I followed those promptings and those impressions, it got me closer and closer to really what that desire was. And that process was releasing those limiting beliefs, those things that were holding me back, so that I could understand like greater and higher truths that really are now like changing my life. And they did then, they really did. And they were subtle, they were small, and it felt like it took me so long to heal and to like do things that I'm like, I feel like people are like growing and moving a lot faster than I am. Like, why is it taking me so long? And it's like, well, ultimately it doesn't matter. Like, 1 ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. If you can really focus on doing something right now, today, how is that going to affect your future if you are preventing yourself from repeating the things that you don't like? That it's truly priceless to start doing the self-work. So something that came to me that I'm really excited to share is this analogy. And I truly believe that the language of the spirit is symbolism. And then we can add those feelings to it. And what does it feel like when we start to make those real transformations in our life? So in this next segment, I'm going to read to you the story that symbolically is really everyone's journey, but it came to me as a reflection of my own. Enjoy. Imagine you've been in your house all your life, only today is different. A blindfold you forgot was even there has been taken off. You're now seeing yourself for the first time in the reflection of a home. You laugh as you see the big and small obstacles you've been stumbling over for years. As you walk out of your bedroom into your living room, you see why some people haven't stuck around. The mess is obvious. In your kitchen, you see what you've been feeding people, what they eat up and what they reject. You see how you've overcompensated to get more desirable attention. You're seeing everything others have left behind and how damaging it's been. You're finally an observer of your own existence. You didn't even have to wait to die before your life flashed before your eyes. You see your bathroom and get why your body is the way it is. Your towels are dirty and your toilet's been clogged. The stinky toxic waste has been festering in your home, and you are realizing how serious the situation is. And it hits you that you've been expecting your parents, your unkind siblings, your boss, and your ex-partner to clean up around your house. I mean, clearly you weren't the one who failed to protect your space. These people didn't do their job. Besides, how are you supposed to know how to take care of things on the inside? It's not like you were taught or given good examples. Now it's an overwhelming disaster. Memories keep flooding your mind as you see one mess after another. You think, oh yeah, that's when that happened. I didn't think that was still there. I thought I'd taken care of that already. Man, that rug didn't hide that as well as I thought. Was that lie really that obvious? It's embarrassing. At this point, some people give up. Sometimes they accept what's there as that's just the way I am. You feel like you just need to take a deep breath by quickly putting the blindfold back on. You think maybe the problems will always be there or will go away if you can't see them. I mean, it was easier before you knew they were there, right? Next thing you know, you're shoving something up your nose to hide the stink. When you can no longer move with all the clutter around you, you sit in place and wonder what went wrong and complain to anyone close enough to listen. Many come to your door and lovingly listen. Some even offer encouraging advice. You don't really want to hear it though, so you plug your ears and keep talking. Being there feels better than having to smell, touch, hear, or see the truth. The truth might hurt worse than staying stuck, so I'd be too embarrassed dealing with all this. It wouldn't look good. It doesn't occur to you that what you can't see is actually obvious to everyone else. It's just those who mention it that you stop inviting over. You think they're the problem. Once again, that's easier than unplugging your ears or opening your eyes. Clearly, you're not the one who needs to change. Others simply need to be more understanding and accepting, so you eventually get to a point where you just don't feel very much anymore. Your senses have been so dulled because you've purposely ignored them. You've decided they must be wrong too. So you stay right there and let things gradually fall apart, helplessly watching and waiting for one more thing to go wrong. You think how right you are. I mean, you knew things would fall apart, and sure enough, they are. It's not your fault life happened the way it did. So that's what you believe. Then something happens. Your life turns upside down as things stop adding up. Suddenly, it's hard to function. What used to work doesn't work anymore, and you're forced to question your reality. What happened was like the tipping point, and your once bearable situation shifts, and your discomfort becomes more painful than your circumstances. You are finally willing to try something different, that maybe, just maybe, it's worth hoping, and hoping that it's not too late, and feeling like it might be already, yet you're willing to try. You think it can't get much worse, so maybe it's worth it. You don't even know where to start. You think, what did that friend tell me? Was it a book, a guru, a therapist? So you reach out to that friend, for starters, and ask for help. And they say, wow, I thought you'd never ask. I've always seen something great in you. I can't wait for you to see what I see. Once again, you doubt your friend's words, but feel like I have nothing to lose. And it'd be nice if they were right. You take your first step, which leads you to another and another, as you reach out for someone to hold your hand through the process of opening your eyes and gradually cleaning your house. The momentum is building and it feels good, so you keep going and finding the help you need along the way. And the help comes the more you look for it. You finally accepted it's up to you. It always was. Those resources along the way were there because you were ready to receive them. You get this is an inner game. It always was. It never worked to blame others or blindfold yourself. All that was needed was your participation to do what needed to be done all along. Slowly, you begin to trust yourself, to open your eyes, to see the obstacles, and to start finding your way around them. And when you're ready, you pick them up, at first with help, and then without, and finally, you remove them completely. Over time, your house changes so dramatically it doesn't even resemble its original design. You've cleaned out everything that no longer serves you. The once prized theater room is now an indoor gym, and the shelves of movies have been replaced with an ever-growing library of knowledge. Your fridge looks cleaner, and your plumbing now works. Things are smelling better too. You have done a complete makeover on the inside, and notice it's starting to show on the outside too. You feel, think, and act different. You hardly look like the person you were. Your confidence grows, how you feel has shifted, and your daily mood is elevated. You know where everything is, and you have a place for everything you let in. You've taken accountability for what comes in to your life and taking accountability for what needs to be taken out, such as the trash. You have boundaries to protect yourself. You're at peace in your home. It's safe. Even the people you invite into your home have changed. They respect your space. They feel safe and want to connect with you. Eventually, you have friends come into more than just your doorway. Some guests are welcome inside your entryway. Some make it to the living room. Some you mentor in your kitchen, and they're fed by your presence. Perhaps they come into your heart space, and you trust yourself enough to let them into your room. You can go places you've never gone before because you know yourself and you know how to heal. You're not afraid to make mistakes anymore, so you risk more. And your growth continues. For the first time, you feel like life isn't just happening to you, but happening through you. You are creating your own life and your own experiences. You know how to heal now, and you trust you'll be okay no matter what. This is the work. Believe it or not, others can see the changes you make within, even if they refuse to accept it. What matters is you know the work you've done. You will see, you will feel, and you will be free from the inside out. I'm here to tell you it can be done. It doesn't matter how many decades of neglect it's been. You can get through this. It's worth doing the work to know yourself and watch how it transforms the world from the inside out. Thank you and much love.